thing I enjoy most about shopping at farmers markets is the great diversity of vegetables we find there. If you shop in a supermarket, you might find one or two varieties of a given vegetable, but at the farmers market we tend to see 4 or 5 or even more. And so this year I've worked to bring a little bit of that diversity into our garden here with a planting of eggplants representing different countries. Now, eggplant is a very old crop. Its wild form actually originates in India, but related plants can be found throughout Southeast Asia. And there are records dating back to the 5th century BC of its use in Chinese cooking. Now, most of us are familiar with the European applications of eggplant, but the plant didn't actually arrive in Europe until the Moors moved northward into Spain around the 13th century. So we have several different varieties planted in here, and this is kind of the original. It represents what the original eggplant looked like. This is a Japanese white, and as you can see just by what this fruit looks like, this is where we got the English name for eggplant, because the fruits do look like a little egg. This variety is great for grilling. It's also used in stews and stir fries and even cold salads. Now, the meat of this fruit is a little bit drier than the purple varieties, which we're more familiar with. And I have an example of those here. I planted Black Beauty, which I found to be a very good producer here in Oklahoma. And this one's not quite mature, but you can see that has that very dark purple skin that we're more familiar with in eggplants. And this is what's very commonly grown for Italian or French cooking. I have another variety here that it actually hasn't done so well. It's been a little bit outcompeted by the chard, but this is a Thai long eggplant, and it doesn't look at all like the other eggplants we're familiar with. It has a green skin at maturity and this long narrow shape. And this of course is used in the very popular Thai stir fries and curries along with garlic and basil. Now, one of the favorite places the Oklahoma gardening crew likes to eat in town is a Mediterranean restaurant, and we've been visiting with the owner, and there's a dish she makes with eggplant and potato that we all love, but she says it uses a very special eggplant from the Middle East. So I searched one out, and this is Arugam's eggplant, and the fruits of these are about the same size as the Japanese white, but the skin color varies from green to white to even a lavender, and it often has these gentle striations on it. Again, this is going to be used in curries made with the Indian spices. Now, one last eggplant that I included is actually an ornamental plant, and it's used in Japanese floral arrangements. But you can see here, this is the black stem, and you can see it's been devastated by insects. So without knowing it, I actually planted something of a trap crop in here because the insects were highly attracted to these black stem eggplants and didn't move on to the other plants as much. So I guess we got a good benefit out of that. But what I was really after was using these beautiful black stems for ornamental arrangements. So even with the leaf damage, we could just come in here and prune off those leaves to highlight that nice dark stem, maybe trim off the top a little bit. And we have these nice bright red fruits, and you could see how that would be used and look very elegant in a vase. Well, this is just a small sampling of the many, many cultivars that are available. This winter, sort through the seed catalogs and see if you can add a little diversity to your own garden.